Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, you need to turn off the water to the refrigerator. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the water supply tube in a Kenmore refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For the job, we're going to need a 4-inch nut driver, a Phillips screwdriver, and 11/32 open-ended wrench. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new water supply tube. This 4-inch water supply tube is located at the rear of the refrigerator. It connects the water filter housing outlet to the water reservoir. If you find water puddles on the shelf under the water filter or at the bottom of the fresh food section or behind the fridge, check the water supply tube and replace it if needed. So we're here at the back of the fridge, and we need to remove the access panel to get to the part. It's held in place by a bunch of 1/4-inch screws. So I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver, and I'm going to remove this panel. Well, before we disconnect the water line, I would like to place the towel here underneath. Next, I'm going to take out the primary water inlet valve. There's 2 1/4-inch screws. Needs to be removed using a 1/4-inch nut driver. And next, I'm going to pull out the valve. Now I'm using a 11/32 wrench, open end wrench. I'm going to press on the locking collar, and at the same time, I'm going to pull out the water line. All right, so let it hang for now. Our next step would be unclipping that water supply tube from this bottom clip. And then we're going to move up. All right, so this is the second one. I'm going to free the water supply tube from this one. Next, I'm going to remove this insulation compound. Looks and feels like a Play-Doh. Just pull it out. It blocks this hole. Next, I'm going to remove this plug. This is also the same compound as we took out on the top. We're going to call it the Play-Doh. All right. Slide it. We don't need to remove it completely. And now we're going up that supply tube to this clip, and we're going to take it out of the clip. Next, we need to go to the front of the fridge and free the tubes from inside. To access the parts, we need to pull out all the drawers. And now the drawer support shelves. Now I'm going to remove the top shelf. It's going to be on the way. Lift up and slide it out. Next would be this shelf. It will be on the way, so I'm going to take it out. When I'm going to disconnect this tube, the water will come down here, and through this drain will go down in the holding pan. But we're going to put a towel just in case if it will be too much, to prevent overspilling here. Now I'm going to use the open-ended wrench. I'm going to squeeze it here and push down on the locking tab and pull on the tube. Okay. All right, let's keep it inside. I'm going to push this tube through this opening. I'm going to do the rest from the outside. All right, next we're going to open this filter housing, and I'm going to pull out the filter. There's a single 4-inch screw at the bottom here that holds the outer housing. I'm going to use a 1/4" nut driver. We're going to take it out, and the housing comes out. There's another 1/4" screw that we need to take out before we can remove the water filter housing. Alright. I'm going to push up the filter housing. And I'm going to pull the lines in. Now I need to press down the locking collar and use a flat blade screwdriver. And I'm gonna pull out the line. Now I'm gonna disconnect the second line. Pressing down the collar and pulling the line out. Alright, I'm gonna put it aside. Okay, there's two tubes, as you can see. One is 5/16 thicker and one is thinner, it's a 1/4 inch. We're going to pull this 5/16 inch water supply tube out. And now I'm going to pull out this water line out. This is the old water supply tube next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Okay, now we're going to insert this new 1/4 inch line into this opening at the back of the fridge. Fit it in. And now we're going to insert this 5/16 inch tube in. As you noticed, I am inserting the plain ends without the hooks. So this banded ends goes into the water filter housing. Now we're going to insert these tubes into the water filter housing. This is a smaller opening, this is a larger opening, this is a 1/4 inch smaller tube. I'm going to press it in all the way, and this 5/16 goes into the larger opening. Same thing, I'm going to press it in and push it in. And now I'm going to mount this on the wall. I'm going to pull both lines from the back. After we pulled both tubes in, I'm going to install this one into this opening here. Before putting it into the opening, I recommend to put a little soap in it, and then I'm going to press it in hard, and using a flat blade screwdriver, I'm going to push it in. All right. Now I'm going to clip in this line right there. And this one, we're going to clip into this one. And I'm going to do this bottom holder. And we're going to insert the tube into this port on the water inlet valve. Press it in hard. Make sure it's all the way in. And we're going to install this water inlet valve. I'm going to use a couple of 1/4 inch screws to mount the water inlet valve under the cabinet. Take out the towel. Alright kids, now we're gonna play with this dough. We need to block this opening completely. Remember, it's very important. So the warm air won't get inside. So you can play with it all you want, just to make sure it's all covered. Okay, well, we'll continue playing with the clay, and I'm gonna plug this hole now. All right, same technique. Now I'm gonna bring in the rear access panel and place it on. And I'm going to start attaching the panel with the screws. I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver. Next, I'm going to attach this water filter housing to the wall. We have 2 hooks here, and we got 2 slots here, holders. I'm gonna press it up. And push it down. All right. And now we're gonna secure the filter housing with the single 1/4-inch screw. I'm using a nut driver, 1/4-inch nut driver, and tighten it. Now I'm gonna install this filter housing cover in. We have a tab at the back and there's a slot. Insert it in there. Push it up. And I'm going to secure it with the 1/4-inch screw at the bottom here. Now we can install the filter back into the filter housing. It goes in this way. We have an arrow here pointing up. Press it in. And we can close that filter door. And now we're going to connect the line. Push it in as far as it goes, all the way. Now I'm going to install the top shelf. I'm gonna put it here, down, and then slide it. So there's 2 hooks at the back. They're gonna lock over that rails. Let's install the shelves. And then now we're gonna put in drawers. Close the door. Plug the fridge in, open the water, and check if there are any leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.